Hey LeBron, it's Mike Trudell back in LA.
So,
What did you think accounted for the difference in the D in the third quarter and the fourth quarter, and just how much they're Houston of course 41 points in the third, and then that completely changed. What did you guys do?
I mean, we came out in the third quarter and we gave up back-to-back threes. I was just straight breakdowns. And once you allow a team like that to get going, then it's hard to reel them back in. So that was the result of the third quarter. Got an opportunity to catch our breath, from the third quarter to the fourth quarter, fortunately, and we was able to turn the ship and make the adjustments to combat what we did in the third quarter and be positive in the fourth.
You really asserted yourself to start that fourth quarter, going to the rim for the dunk. Then you got up in transition. What were you noticing about the way Houston was defending that had you take that path to start the fourth quarter?
No, it's just for me. I started the fourth quarter 80s on the bench, and my teammates looked to me to try to be aggressive, either getting myself shots or getting my teammates shots. And I got an opportunity to see a couple seams, able to attack the rim, and also find a couple guys as well. So like I said, every possession dictates different results, and I was able to capitalize on a few of them.
LeBron, it's Dave. Plus minus doesn't always tell the story for an individual player, but tonight it seemed to reflect Rondo's game. He was a plus 28 in 28 minutes. His only his second game in like 6 months. What did he give you tonight, and did you see any difference in his approach in game 2 versus game 1?
Yeah, I think he was just, extremely aggressive, not only offensively but defensively, taking the challenge on James, taking the challenge on whoever he was guarding. Just trying to lead. I mean, that's what Doe is. He's a leader, and for us to have him back in the postseason, it's a key for our team. And he comes in, he pushes the tempo, he gets guys involved, and that doesn't always show up in the stat sheet with Doe. The intangibles that he does offensively and defensively. His nose is always around the ball, and he just makes plays for us. And tonight was another example of that.
Allison?
Calhoun?
I think we asked you a lot before this series how much you guys have to kind of impose your will with your size. Then, of course, you go small tonight and play very effectively that way. How much confidence do you have in the flexibility the roster has, the lines have, for you guys to take any kind of approach to how you want to play?
Well, we built the team to be able to play in different ways, and be able to play big versus teams, be able to play small, be able to play in between. We built that from the beginning, and we have that. Always had that in our toolbox, and tonight was an example of that, being able to go to that. Smooth was Markeith. Sorry, you might not know his nickname. Keith was spectacular off the bench, giving us that instant offense, but just his grit. We love having him on the floor, but he was unbelievable for us in that second quarter, and everyone else who came in, like you said, Doe, AC, Kuz, those guys just came in and just gave us a big boost.
Tanya?
You were talking before about the weirdness of not having fans here, but tonight you guys had fans in the last game. Your family members that are in there, and we saw you yelling to one of them once, and after the game again. Was it nice to be able to have that interaction, to have supporters in the building?
Oh, I mean, for sure. I mean, you definitely love having supporters in the building, but you also see me yelling over on that side when no one is over there. So it hasn't changed for me. It's definitely always great to see familiar faces. People that that has been there along the grind with you, and throughout postseason runs for me personally as well. But just having our, some of our family here, and then having some of our Laker personnel, people in the front office and things of that nature over there, it's great for us. And we just try to, but at the same time, you keep the main thing, and try to execute. But the emotions are definitely great when you're making plays out there, and you're doing it for your brothers, your teammates, and your family and friends as well.
Why did you decide not to have your kids come?
Say that again?
Why did you decide not to have your kids come?
Why did I decide not to have my kids come here? Because it's nothing for them to do. I mean, I got a 16-year-old. I mean, he's gonna sit in the bubble and do what? I got a 13-year-old. He's gonna do what? And then my 5-year-old girl, there's nothing for her to do here. The park is not open. I mean, there's only so many times she can go to the pool. My kids are too adventurous, and they love to do so much stuff. It makes no sense for them to be here. There's nothing for them to do here. Go outside, come back in, go outside, come back in. They can stay in LA, and they're great. There's literally nothing for them to do here. This is not a kid-friendly place, to be honest.
One more question with Will.
All right, yes, one more. Melissa Rowland.
Hey, LeBron, you talked a lot about the Rockets' speed in the last game. Did you guys adjust to that the way you were hoping that your team would tonight?
Yeah, like I said after game one, sometimes you need one game to be able to understand the speed that they play with. And I think we adjusted from game one to game two. Extremely fast team. They have, everyone keeps talking about the small ball, but their speed and their activity defensively and offensively is something that can catch you off guard, from, like a game one situation. And we got a feel for that. And we understand how hard and how much, every possession and how much scrambling and how much running and how much pace and how physical, the game is going to be versus this team, because they're very good, extremely good, no matter who's out on the floor. So we did a good job of that tonight.
All right. Thanks, LeBron.
All right, and